I like to share my personal experiences because many of us relate. We're living unique lives, yet we connect on what we go through and we can heal in a way where we have shared experiences, similar experiences. We may not be always together physically, but what's playing out in our lives, there is that similarity. So what's been on my mind lately is how when we go through these low moments in life, when we are brought down to some kind of rock bottom, some call it a darkness or hell, and when we go down there, there's a lot that we can gather, and that we can actually gain from it. The experience is worthwhile. I'm coming to these realizations that when we go through these experiences, we realize what we should do and what we should not do. Like a kid is born into this world, wants to experience as much as he or she can. So through action, there are consequences, and a kid not knowing the effect of the actions is going to go and act, and the kid will find out what should be done and what shouldn't be done over time. And personally, my own shortcomings, bad habits, things I shouldn't be doing, the universe reflected back negativity to me. So it showed me, I was revealed what will happen if I go down this route. It gives you the freedom. We have these choices that we can make in life, but for every choice, there's a direct consequence for what we do, and it becomes blatantly clear. The more we do it, and the more we find ourselves suffering or benefiting, we know what's going to happen. Usually, the more uncomfortable and difficult path in the moment, these decisions, these actions that we choose, it will lead to this. It will lead to either the reward or something we don't want to experience, that bad consequence, the unfavorable consequence. So these pleasures, these short-term pleasures in this world, you see it all over the place. You see it all over, with this technology and being able to go out and experience the city life, going out drinking alcohol, um, this whole world being very sexualized and having everything at the tip of your fingers, getting whatever your pleasure is in the moment. This will lead to that consequence that you don't want to experience because there's no true growth. And what I'm trying to say is we should be driven by long-term fulfillment. I've talked about this many times. And the more experience that I have, the more that I'm growing, because you'll get to a point where you'll see the the long-term effects of suffering through these short-term decisions of being ignorant. Me myself, I have been ignorant, and I can easily admit that. When I fall into that pleasure, scrolling on these phones, looking at nothing but distractions and nothing that's going to give me anything of depth. You know, the short-term pleasure in the moment it feels like the most amazing feeling ever, that dopamine hit. It feels amazing in the moment. For 1 second for 1 second of feeling that sensation, followed by depression, um, emptiness, doubt, just thinking, why did I put myself in this situation? And many of us, we go out and put ourselves in situations and environments that we'd rather not be because of our ignorance, um, or something we wanted to experience in the moment. And that's part of karma. And it's not necessarily a bad thing to do that, because you will have that memory and you will know what it feels like, and you'll grow from it. So use these as stepping blocks, all these experiences. The point is to grow and evolve. And I'm telling you, based off my experience and the experience that others have as well, I think that we would agree that it's very fulfilling to follow through with an action over a long-term period of time, to build something worthwhile with people, connecting. And I like to use the connection of a tree, like planting a tree, or um, watching that tree grow over time. It's a very good uh, description or depiction for life itself, because first we have to uproot and we have to destroy whatever's um, holding us back, um, stunting our growth. We need to destroy that. Even they can be very harsh at first. It's like ripping a band-aid off, but we know we need to do it in order to get to that next step. So once we can do that, you water the plant, you nurture it, and you do this consistently. And as you nurture it, you will watch that tree grow. It will develop, and you will you'll notice this reward over time of it working. Like the results are working. I'm putting in the work, and I'm growing. I'm developing. Think if you even think of yourself as a tree. I mean, it's kind of the similar kind of thing. I'm just trying my best to put this into words. So you'll experience that victory of like, yes, this worked. I achieved this. This tree grew and it got to a certain height, it got to a certain width. And then the tree is preserved and it will blossom. You'll experience all these great things. Now all the leaves are being spread all over the place, healing the entire garden. And all of a sudden there are multiple trees. They feed off of each other in a way that's not damaging the other ones. So it works like in a give and take situation. This is how you can tap into the divine. You get that sudden spark of like, yes, we have the power to embody that tree-like energy, that that natural divine light. I'm not always the best at describing this. I'm just doing my best to, because I got so much in my mind and I feel like I got to share it. And you'll experience a deeper fulfillment from this, because sometimes, and myself included, I have done this thing where we realize we have the power and we go use it for like that quick hit, that dopamine rush, the adrenaline. So we're driven by motives that are not pure. And we'll use that energy and that life force, that sexual energy in many ways, many times, many circumstances, so that sexual energy will be used. And the reason people feel so depressed, and I have personally felt just like, what am I doing? Like I'm wasting my vital life force, is because that can be used for something much more divine than what we're actually going through with in this process. So that's why, when you share this energy, in a way that's not divine, or you're just wasting it, you're gonna put your head down and think like, wow, like this isn't right. Like this doesn't make me feel good at all. And now you know, and you it brings deep fulfillment when you look at the process as a whole and you watch this energy heal everything. And it's not just based off personal pleasure, it's based off a whole divine system. And once you have that deeper fulfillment, you can surrender and let go of all that has been so destructive. And you've learned so much at this point, and all these experiences, like I said, they were stepping stones to gain this wisdom and knowledge that can be applied. And then once you can surrender to that and everything I just explained of the process of that tree growing, then you can start all over and it'll grow again and build the kingdom and then transform whatever needs to be changed. You know what I mean? Like if something dies, if a tree, if the leaf of a tree does die, or there's something that's not working, if the leaf falls off of a tree, pull out I'm trying to describe this. Destroy what needs to be destroyed. If there are certain relationships that need to be, you need to detach from certain people or circumstances or environments, then you have to do that for a certain amount of time. And ultimately, this process of being connected to that divine, it just leads to more fulfillment. So at the end of the day, I know that I'm kind of just rambling on a little bit, but I'm trying my best to share what's on my mind with you all, because I've noticed so vividly, and it's just so much on my mind. It's hard to put into words. It's just glaring. It's just popping in my head that I need to not only share this, but I need to embody it. And hopefully I can watch others embody it as well, who can develop into this kind of similar state of mind where we're seeking a deeper fulfillment, because our motives are not always pure. We're wasting our energy, and direct it towards what really matters in every moment, each moment. And you'll get and it may sound kind of hard to go cold turkey on addictions or things that are holding you back, but it's not really as hard as you may think. It requires this focus. Like if I'm telling you each and every moment, if you can consistently do this, your mind, having that brain power, that discipline to remain in that kind of frequency where you seek that deeper fulfillment instead of the, pleasure, it'll go a long way. I know I'm capable of it because I've done it for months on end, and then I've fallen back. So it's kind of like a slope where it's like, first you're like even playing ground. Then you go up, you're like, wow, I'm doing amazing. Then you fall down to like rock bottom, you're all the way at the bottom. Then you come up again, you're like, you're higher. Then you go down a little bit, and then you reach a point of like moksha where you've evolved and you've learned your lessons. You can't go back because it's caused you so much pain. So when we do reach these low moments, don't be mad. This is the universe's way of showing you, like, you're not going to be able to stay here anymore. It's causing so much pain, and you're being pushed to evolve now. You can't possibly stay at that level. I've easily been there. I'm still there, and I know for a fact that I can pull myself out of this. It's like destroying or ripping out what needs to be destroyed, and I absolutely know that I'm capable of it, and you all are capable of it too, and that's why I'm passionate about it. I don't got much else to say about this right now, but just know that these low moments, use it as like, I'm going to accept this death, and it's like a death point, and like, yes, I'm going to look it straight in the face. I'm going to accept it, embrace what's happened. I'm going to remember how this feels, and I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to get angry about it, but I'm going to move forward in a way that's going to allow me to sustain a certain level of evolution, sustain a way of being, a way of acting, a way of thinking. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. If I didn't think it was important, I wouldn't say it. I'm going to continue to speak on this exact topic going forward.